Hi, I'm Dan Burfing, the Coordinator of Student Organizations and Leadership Development at CSUMB, and I'm here today to show you how to put in a virtual event in Community during this fall 2020 time. So with that, I'm going to show you through my screen how you do this, and I'll follow along. So first you start by going to your dashboard, clicking on dashboard, and then going here. And then you go to more apps, and then you click on community. And then once you click on community, you'll have a view that looks like this. And then so once you get here, you will go to your student groups. So in order for this to work, you will already have been an officer in an organization. And so you'll click on, and so here I'm under another student's profile right now. And you'll go to your groups, click on the specific group, so in this case Science Club, and then you'll see a Manage Events tab. If you're not an admin in your organization, you won't see a Manage Events tab, so you need to make sure you're an admin. And so if you don't see this, reach out to the president of your organization, and if you're the president and you don't have this, you can reach out to your council advisor, like myself, for Interclub Council. And so once you get there, you go to Manage Events, and so we'll have active what's going on, and so you'll click to add a new event. And so if you do have any events, they'll be shown here. So add a new event, and so this is even for the virtual world. We'll still be asking for you to be doing this. So if you're doing a Zoom meeting, an Instagram Live, or something like that. And so there's a bunch of information here. Some of it we will change between now and then. But this is the important piece, right? You click, submit, continue the event. And so I'm just going to put some information here. So you'll put, let's just say we're calling it an event or a meeting. It doesn't particularly matter at this point. And so I'm just going to put test for everything. And then you'll pick the specific time and date. And so, yeah, this still does matter in a virtual world, your time and your meeting place. And so I'll just say 4 p.m. on the 11th. And then we'll make it on the 11th is when it will finish. And so you put your date and information here. And then if you have additional dates, you can add them here. And then this is where it gets really important. So you'll input address. This is what, if you're doing, I'd guess 9 out of 10 times you'll be doing this. And so you'll put for your location, you just put Zoom. Or whatever platform you're using. I'm guessing you're probably going to be using Zoom, but if you're using some other kind of platform, just put it there as the name. And that's all you'll need to put for that. But if you are doing and so with Zoom and most of these platforms, there's a limit. There's an upper limit on them. And so 300 individuals is the limit for that. But if you are doing a webinar and you need to do like 1,000 participants, the university does have a license for that. You just need to then actually reserve it through here. So instead, if you are doing that, you would do select location, and then you would select Zoom webinar as a location. It's not there right now, but it will be. So you'll scroll to the bottom and it'll say Zoom webinar. And so that's only if you need one of those big licenses, over 300 people. So I'm guessing only a very few events will need those. And then you make sure your science club is listed, or whatever club you are, and then you would go submit and continue for events, right? And this is where it gets really easy and simpler. We've simplified it here for you all. So your umbrella organization, Interclub Council, is for this club. Will it be a virtual event? Yes. And so then it gets really simple from there. So the number of people you estimate, 10. What is the source of funding, right? Are you asking for funding for it? Which is a separate process, but it just lets us know if you are, or no funding needed, right? We're just doing a test meeting. Will you be mailing stuff to participants? Let us know here, right? So no or yes, we're mailing T-shirts. And then this is where you put your Zoom link, right? And so and this is where other individuals would click in for that. And then do you want this event to be included in Otter Be Involved? Remember, Otter Be Involved is sent out every Monday afternoon. So, and then if there's any timeline, if there's any notes you want to say to your council advisor, like, Dan, remember we talked about this, something like that. Or if you have any documentation, if you have a flyer or anything like that. that's what you need to submit. And so that's it. That's all you need to do in the virtual world for that. The reason we're asking you still to do this is for a variety of reasons. One is a big one for us is justification of resources, making sure that we can still get funding for clubs. And so that way we can show that clubs are still meeting, that you are still doing things. And so that's a really important aspect of it. And so we ask that you only put in events. Like if you don't need anything from us, if you don't need funding or anything like that, that you put it in a week in advance. And that gives us enough time to put in Otter Be Involved. So if you do want an Otter Be Involved, you just click and make sure that it's in a week before that. But if you do need something from us, if you need us to buy something for you and mail something out, we ask for a month at that point. We ask you to give us a month lead time for that.